Dennis Weeks. I'm an associate professor of art. I've been doing photography all my life. Right now I'm doing digital photography in color primarily. There are two pieces in the gallery, and they're part of a big portfolio that I've been working on that involves shooting things over time. The two pieces were both taken near the Philadelphia Museum of Art, which is kind of a comfortable place where lots of people move around and lots of different kinds of people move around. Most of the time I think that when we go to someplace new, we photograph it and take one click and we've got it. You know, that's the essence of what a snapshot is. But things happen over time. If we're patient enough and just stay in one position long enough, you see all sorts of wonderful things happening. You see interactions among people, you see how people relate to the environment that they're in, and that's something that I wanted to capture somehow in my pictures. That's what interests me a great deal. Time and memory and change. What I like doing in these images here is putting things together the way that you might put together a memory of a place if you were just sitting there. Usually I'll put together a bunch of pictures that begin to tell some kind of a story or talk about some kind of relationship. Like, for example, the one at the behind the museum. There's a big, wonderful statue, and I noticed nobody looked at the statue. And yet everybody seemed to be in their own little world. There were people who were moving about without ever kind of looking at each other much. And that sort of caught me. That you could be in one place together, but not really interact. The theme of the piece really, for me anyway, is that disconnect between people and among people. I want it to be about that experience of being in that place and being really there in that place. The other picture that I have over in the show right now was done on Aiken's Oval, and it's called Aiken's Oval Left, and there's an accompanying piece called Aiken's Oval Right. Well, Aiken's Oval Left actually talks about couples. It talks about people relating to each other as kind of warm couples or as people with some level of confrontation, but usually it talks about people relating to each other in different ways. One thing you might notice in that picture, as in just all of these pictures, is that I give my hand away. I tell people who are really looking at the photograph, this is something that is created. This is something that's composed, because I'll repeat the same figures, oftentimes at different places within the overall long frame. As I said, first of all, because I think it's kind of honest, letting people know that this was not just, you know, a 1/100th of a second exposure that created this entire interaction. The other reason is to kind of see how things change over time. I don't know, when you make art, I think that you're successful if the audience does half the work. If you leave some questions for the audience, then the piece becomes richer by every person who looks at it. And that's really exciting for me.